Everybody, what's up, everybody? Welcome to All Three Garage. Welcome to All Three Garage. On today, we're going to be looking at this 1972 Datemaso Pantera. This thing right here is going for $118,000. This is the thing. Have been driven 17,800 miles. Manual transmission. Exterior is yellow. Interior is black. Fuel type is gasoline. Seller description: perfect running condition. Immaculate interior. New AC comes with electric windows. Come see it. Anyway, we're going to take a quick listen of this video right here and go from there. What's up, everybody? What's up, everybody? So this is the vehicle right here. As y'all can see, it is in yellow. This is the Pantera right here. As y'all can see, it is on the side. Now, this thing right here does have Italian craftsmanship right here. Now, when I seen this car, I'm like, dang, is this a Lambo or a Ferrari? Because, you know, most cars and all that, they kind of do have like the same kind of design, especially back then and all that. And it usually be like different, you know, brands and all that. But this one particular car right here was basically a Ferrari and Lamborghini killer. If y'all don't know, when I say killer, I'm talking about with the pricing, reliability, and performance. And we're going to get in three of those things. Now, this car wasn't perfect, but hey, it had its grace and all that as like a cool driving experience that anybody could have, all natural and raw. Now, if y'all don't know, behind this Pantera brand is Datemaso Pantera. He was a Argentinian who moved all the way to Italy. He had set up a shop and he basically wanted to go against Ford and Ferrari. Now, being that he wanted to do that, Ford had seen this idea and wanted to back him up. Now, they did back this one particular brand was under Ford from 71 to 74, and after that this brand has stemmed off on its own till 1991, making some vehicles and all, some other models and all. But like I said, this car wasn't perfect. The build quality on these cars wasn't as perfect, but once Ford stepped in, Ford had wiped everything clean. But if y'all don't know, for Ford, they had beat Ferrari in the Le Mans with the Ford GT, which was pretty cool. So in their mind, like, why not go ahead and beat them on the showroom floor? Now, Ferrari and Ford, they did have bad blood during that particular time, for what I have seen, but I didn't dug too deep. But I think it was like with like some ownership or probably some collaboration issue going on. I didn't dig too much in it, but I know Ford wanted Ferrari to pay, and hey, this is the car brand that Ford had backed up to do this. Anyway, I love the Italian craftsmanship, and then like I said, we're gonna end up seeing that Ford V8 underneath. Now, this is the front end. You do have the pop-up headlights. Now, this front end remind me of a Ferrari. I don't know why, but it just does. I do like the wide body arcs and all that. Very wide windshield. This car right here screams. It's so crazy. Anybody who would see this car would just be like, oh, it's just a regular Italian car. But once you get in it and drive it, you're going to be like, whoa, I was not expecting this. I wasn't expecting it. Now, if y'all don't know, Ferrari, Lamborghini, they cars was going from like 20 to 25 grand during that time. This car right here was going for 10 grand during that time. So that undercuts Ferrari on all of them. This car had great reliability, and when I say reliability, is with that Ford V8, which we will see later on in the bit. But this car right here, you could get this from Ford in Mercury dealer back in the day. You can get it serviced there, and then you could possibly take it to your own local mechanic just to service it. Now, if you had a Lamborghini, Ferrari, and you America, and no local mechanic wouldn't be able to work on your Ferrari, and you probably wouldn't be able to have the parts available and all that. But this car had the parts available and everything. But if you had a Ferrari, Lamborghini, and all that, parts and all that would have possibly been scattered, especially during that time period and all. Now, this is a side profile right here, which I love, but the back is my favorite, which you will be seeing in the bit. But side profile. If y'all don't know, this thing does have a steel monocoque and all. And this was like the first particular brand to have a steel monocoque with a mid-engine car, which is actually pretty freaking cool. Now, the downside with the steel monocoque and all that, they tended to rust out, especially, with the earlier ones. And a perfect example like this, you got to be very careful because a lot of people like to fill it in with some Bondo, some putty, and all that little good stuff just to say, hey, this thing is pretty good. But this car had known to have some rusting issues and all that. Due to, the elements that it had, contact with, and then just due to age and all that. Now, this is the back end, my favorite right here. Now, this back end right here reminds me of a Ferrari. Now, this car right here wanting to mimic and laughing they face and all that. Hey, we can get great styling and we can get more power. And it's just so crazy that they want to rub this particular car in the brand and all, and other brand faces. But my favorite part is the back end. I love the spoiler and all that, very 70s like and all. Now, this is the interior. You do have your gauges and all. This car right here, the issues was known to have electrical gremlins and all that. Usually a lot of cars and all that usually have that electrical gremlins and all. And then I did name the rust and all that. This car tend to rust and all, depending where you have it at and all. So those was two issues I had named. We do have the front right here. We do have the interior. So this car also had like some starting issues. So if you want to upgrade, you could to like some better ignition packs. Is it packs or all I know you can upgrade the ignition and all that to something better, which I probably will show y'all. But anyway, this is the interior right here. As y'all can see, it's all nice and black, got the leather and all. We do got a 5-speed gated shifter. Now, if y'all don't know, Elvis had on one of these cars that one day his car wouldn't start up, and he'd been trying to get it started, and wouldn't start at all. He ended up shooting through the dash, which was crazy. But they do have the car in a museum and all that, so that would be pretty cool to actually go look at that particular car right here. So that shows this car does have some characteristic a lot of kinks that the owners and all that had to figure out for themselves and all. Anyway, let's look at more of this interior. Now, as y'all can see, this is the big boy V8 right here. Ford, like I said, you could take this to the dealer, they would work on it. You could take it to your local mechanic, they would work on it. As you can see, this is an ignition. I think it's the MSD, but anyway, like I said, you could upgrade the ignition. And also, this car had overheating issues and all that. Believe it or not, this car was great on an open road and all that, but during the city, oh man, this car could tend to overheat if you don't have anything upgraded. The fans wasn't really that strong. The radiator really wasn't dissipating the heat. And usually, when the car moving, the air usually, goes towards the radiators, but it wasn't enough. So a lot of owners and all that, what they typically do, they will upgrade to an aluminum radiator. They will upgrade the hoses to like stainless steel, like coolant pipes and all that. They will upgrade the brakes. Like I said, they would give like a modern ignition and better radiators and all that. So a lot of owners. This car right here was basically a prototype for the owners and all that. Like I said, this car wasn't that great, like of build quality and all that, but you know, owners and all that, they figured it out, had to sort out some kinks, and then this brand also got a little better. Like I said, Ford was this brand was right here under Ford from 71 to 74. So Ford, they helped out a little bit to get body panels lined up and little things. Now this thing does have a CF 5-speed transaxle right here. You could find this in a Maserati, and you can also find this in the Ford GT40, which is pretty cool. But anyway, guys, that's going to be pretty much it. If y'all have any input or any other information y'all feel like I need, drop it down below. I mean, I just scratching the surface. I'm just going through this car, just seeing some cool little things that has stood out to me, like with the Elvis, with this basically being a Ferrari and Lambo killer, with the pricing, reliability, and performance. The performance, we didn't even say nothing about performance, but the 0 to 60 was 5.5 seconds, if I ain't mistaken. And this thing was better than the other contenders they was up against. And also, like, getting this for 10 grand, and you got like the Italian craftsmanship, but you got that American V8 underneath. You can't even beat that. Compared to if you get the Italian car, it's gonna be a downside. You might be down for a month or two. But this car right here, you can get it fixed. Parts are accessible. You could trade something out if you wanted to. But also the overheated issues, because we all dealt with cars overheating before. Electrical gremlins, we dealt with that. We dealt with rust before. This car right here is just a pure driver and all of that. I think this car is pretty cool. I would like to see this car actually in person one day. I just got to get a feel of it. I like how a guy and Ford just came together, or Ford just backing them up, and this is just amazing, man. I tell you. But this is your American super icon car right here, believe it or not. Not really talked about it much, but it is. So I see it. Hey, I see y'all. Let me know y'all thoughts down below. Peace.